Back in 2018, the Walt Disney Company announced an investment of 2 billion euros in their Parisian resort. Disneyland Paris was set to use that major investment in many projects, with refurbishments, hotel makeovers, the Disney Village 2.0 project, and others. However, the biggest part of the investment will be reserved for Walt Disney Studios Park, that would get 3 new lands and a major expansion project: Avengers Campus, Arendelle the World of Frozen, and a smaller-scale Star Wars Galaxy's Edge would be the new IP lands to call this park home. But plans evolved, and Star Wars is nowhere to be seen. So, what's coming in its place? That's what we'll go over today.
Oh boy!
Before we begin, if you enjoy my content and this video, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing as I upload weekly videos on theme parks from the past to the future. If you want to go the extra mile, consider becoming a channel member. You can find me over at Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and in the Discord community where theme park fans come together. Links are in the description. With that, let's dig in. A little warning, in this video we will be going over unconfirmed information that comes from rumors. I have not seen any plans of this project, and the information comes exclusively from insiders. As these are rumors, things can evolve and change, so I recommend waiting for the official announcement. I will also speculate later on. Very well then, Adventure Bay is the official name of the new Studios Lake. It'll open up a lot of space for expansions and new attractions. Coming with it is Arendelle the World of Frozen, which is being constructed as we speak. To the left of it, the plot of land once reserved for a smaller scale Galaxy's Edge, with just one attraction, Rise of the Resistance, is still empty. Some weeks ago, Disneyland Paris celebrated its 32nd anniversary with a conference showing updates on ongoing projects around the resort. Here, Tom Fitzgerald and Natasha Rafalski got up on stage and finalized their announcements with, "And that's just the beginning. A brand new immersive world whose concept and design are currently being finalized by the Imagineers will further enhance the appeal of this reimagined park in the years to come. More details will be shared in the future." While nothing was shared on it, the famous newspaper Le Parisien commented on it, saying that according to their information, the land would be themed around the great classic The Lion King, and so I knew I had to talk about it. Some preliminary plans for Star Wars Land were made years ago, and according to rumors, this is where Simba will soon call home. The area comes in at around 5.3 acres of land, bigger than the neighboring Frozen Land. To get an idea of the possibilities with that amount of land to work with, it's possible to compare it with the entire Pirates part of Adventureland, including Pirates of the Caribbean and its queue, Captain Jack's, Skull Rock, Adventure Isle, the Pirate Galleon, and the Pirate's Beach Playground. So, right there, Imagineers have a lot of space to create amazing experiences, scenery, and more. Now, let's get to the ride itself. According to Ali from Outside Ears, the attraction will be one of the biggest rides Disney has ever built in terms of ride time, coming in at a staggering 15 minutes. For comparison, Pirates of the Caribbean in Paris is around 10 minutes, and Orlando's, now closed and soon to be Tiana's Bayou Adventure Splash Mountain, just a little over that. In order to hold a 15-minute ride, the show building will be massive and occupy a similar or bigger footprint of that of Pirates. Further digging into the rumors, it's said that the attraction will be a flume ride. But what exactly is that? Flume rides are normally associated with log flumes, a boat that resembles a log, and falls, splashing riders, similarly to Splash Mountain. But there are other types of flumes, like Pirates of the Caribbean, a water flume boat ride, or Jurassic Park the ride. While the exact system is still to be known, speculation seems to indicate it'll be a boat flume ride and not a log flume, which makes sense as it offers a bigger capacity than the latter. Looking at some several months old rumors about the land from Moon Knight, who has had a nice track record, being the first to reveal the theme of Tangled's Flat Ride and the new exit from Studio One, he mentions that the ride will be in a similar vein of Journey of the Little Mermaid, in that it'll be a journey through the story of the movie narrated by Rafiki. He goes on to say that the ride will have 30 next-generation audio animatronics to be featured within the 10 main scenes, alongside dozens of animated props and critters. Taking a look at the brand new audio animatronics WDI has created for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, it becomes apparent these will be magnificent. With the ride being a journey through the story of the Lion King, we can speculate that the most famous scenes from the movie would likely be incorporated here, with music playing a major role with scenes such as I Can't Wait to Be King, Be Prepared, The Stampede, Hakuna Matata, Can You Feel the Love Tonight, The Battle for Pride Rock, and obviously the Circle of Life. He then expands on the land itself, saying it'll be divided into 3 main parts, with the jungle of Timon and Pumbaa, the Pride Rock, and Elephant's Graveyard. If this is the case, it'll certainly give off some very different vibes than that of Adventureland, which is a lot more inspired by real-world places. It would make a lot of sense if Pride Rock was where the last and biggest drop of the ride was located, seeing that the final lift hill should, according to him, be the Battle for Pride Rock scene. It would serve as a fantastic weenie for the land and a great facade for the ride, similarly to Splash Mountain. A second ride in the land, this time a flat ride, was apparently proposed as well, reusing the mechanism from Flying Carpets of Aladdin, which does not fit its location at all. That ride has been undergoing a major refurbishment, and some small changes to the location are happening as well with a new sign, indicating that it'll remain as is for some time. However, this is far from a confirmation that the ride won't receive a relocation and retheme, since it'll be some years before the second Lakeland opens, and every bit of capacity is welcomed. The proposed theme is supposedly an animal carousel recreating the animal pyramid from the I Can't Wait to Be King scene. Just last week, DSNY Newscast uploaded a video exploring many rumored additions to Walt Disney World, with one of which being a Lion King water ride for Animal Kingdom. However, that ride doesn't appear to be the same as Paris' thrilling Flume, but rather a much more family-friendly slow-moving boat ride similar to It's a Small World or even Pirates of the Caribbean. While it would be shorter and a different ride altogether, it's extremely likely that one of the reasons behind its development is to share the R&D, research and development costs, between the two resorts. Instead of making one animatronic, make 2 and utilize them in 2 different attractions. This is the best case scenario possible for both parks, as each gets its own exclusive attraction while reducing the development costs. Now, another reason as to why I mentioned this is that WDI is an interesting company, and in Imagineering, nothing is really lost. Several years ago, Hong Kong Disneyland was looking into expanding its Adventureland with new attractions, and one of the proposed expansions would see the creation of a Lion King themed area. But most importantly, it would also see a major new Pirates themed Flume ride with a huge final drop. This model, shared by ex-Imagineers Jim Shull, is said to have some similarities with what Imagineers are now working on for Paris. Ali also shared that Lion King's final drop should be huge, coming in at 20 meters. The famous Splash Mountain drop only has 16 meters, which would make this the tallest water ride drop in any Disney park around the world. This, if true, more than confirms the thrilling aspect of the ride. Now on to the questions that I've seen pop up by several people. What about the colder winter months Paris is so well known for? Well, Tokyo Disneyland is very cold during the winters, and Disney operates Splash Mountain year-long. They do this by reducing the water levels, ensuring guests don't get extremely wet when riding it. The same thing happens with a ride much closer to home, Chiapas at Phantasialand. This beloved attraction lowers its water levels during the colder days and rises them during the summer and warmer days, ensuring riders either don't or do get splashed. Seeing how big of an e-ticket this ride will be, it makes total sense for this system to be implemented here as well. Second question is, why the Lion King, and is it a big enough of an IP to have a land built around it? This was a great friendly discussion I've had with members of the Discord some time ago, where we came to an agreement. That being, everyone that visits Disney knows the Lion King, but most importantly, recognizes its music. The Circle of Life, Hakuna Matata, and Can You Feel the Love Tonight probably come together as the most well-known trio of music in any Disney film. In 2019, the realistic remake of the classic film collected $1.6 billion and now sits as the 9th biggest box office ever worldwide. This year, the original movie is turning 25, and a prequel movie of 2019's remake following the history of Mufasa will be released. Knowing this, it becomes clear how wasted the IP has been in the Disney parks, as it's not present in any ride. This will soon change. So let's get to the hardest part, the timelines. This summer, Disney will be hosting what is shaping up to be the biggest D23 Expo ever, and rumored announcements are stacking up for parks around the world, with many projects for Disneyland and Disney World, Shanghai, and even Disneyland Paris. The Lion King Land is reportedly going to be announced during this event in August, which is just a few months away. If this does happen, the permit filing should start soon after, allowing works to begin this year. Frozen and the expansion of Walt Disney Studios only really started construction in 2022 and is set to open sometime in late 2025, coming in at around 3 years of work. If a similar construction timeline is to be had with this project, we could see an opening date from late 2027 to mid-2028, which would give the teams plenty of time to get everything done. It all depends on how fast Disney wants to deliver the land, but I believe this timeline is likely, based on what we know. However, it may evolve in the future as things change. Well, that's it. What are your thoughts on the Lion King Land for Walt Disney Studios Park, soon to be called Disney Adventure World? Let me know down below. I'll be here to explore everything that happens, so make sure to subscribe as not to miss anything. And now, as always, thank you for watching, and that's a wrap.